Trump's tariffs are shaking up the economy currently. As we know, prices are going through the roof, inflation is high, job losses are continuing to go up. We are possibly on a path for uncertain times, but what if I told you you could have a hedge against that through the wonderful world of tax deed investing? And that could be your secret weapon and your ace up your sleeve for creating wealth during uncertain times. Now, I'm just calling a spade here in this video today. If anybody has access to the news, you'll see what's going on currently. They're on the brink of a trade war. The stock market's going a bit crazy right now. Lots of people are losing money on their crypto and all sorts of things. So you can't deny the fact that Trump's tariffs are shaking things up. So this is not a political video in any way. I'm just here to help you have a tool for creating wealth through tax liens and deeds to be able to combat no matter what is going on in the economy. Because one of the things I love about tax deed investing is the fact that when times are good, tax liens and deeds are good. When times are bad, tax liens and deeds can be better for scooping up some dirt cheap property at rock bottom prices. So today, I just want to take a few minutes and we want to talk a little bit about kind of what's going on. And I don't really see anybody talking about how the wonderful world of tax deed investing and government seized property, this can really be a boom time for you to kind of, in a sense, cover a move, the Bruce Lee, take one action and turn it into a profitable wealth creating action for yourself. So if you're just tuning in, it's Dustin Hahn here. This channel is dedicated to helping the average person make money through tax liens and deeds. We just got back from a Texas tax auction. It was a heck of a good time. We saw some good deals go. We were in the mix looking at properties. So if you like making money in real estate, if you've been watching videos for too long and you want to do something, then this could be the channel here for you today. But let's just kind of dive into a few things as far as, kind of what's going on right now with these tariffs and some of the things that are kind of having a bit of a negative effect on the economy. So, I'm sure as you guys know, inflation is here, right? The cost of friggin' everything from gas to strawberries to just any produce and groceries is going through the roof. The average person is just getting squeezed. We got the bird flu with the eggs. It's getting harder and harder for the average person. And it used to be that you could work hard in your job, work some overtime, get that time and a half and really have a fighting chance at maybe making some extra money. But these days you need what is, in my opinion, I call it like a level jump, right? Like you need to jump a level because you could work, you could work 100 hours a week and that's probably still not going to be enough. Whereas if you do a little bit of overtime, start buying some tax liens and deeds, then you might be able to do that level jump because supplies are getting more expensive. The supply chain could be broken and interrupted. Just the tariffs with Canada. I heard the average automobile part goes back and forth like 10 times, and a lot of aluminum comes from Canada. Things could get messy here as far as that goes, and it could affect jobs. If a 25% tariff kicks in, the average business operates on a profit margin of like 20%. So if it's 25% tariff, that's going to knock out a lot of businesses. So I want to share with you guys today just how you can hedge against this with tax deeds and tax liens as well, and have a bit of a diversification plan. I know people this week who have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars just in the stock market fluctuations. And, I've never been a stock market person or a crypto person, and knock on wood, that has served me pretty well because I have not been susceptible to these changes. However, there's just a lot happening right now that really needs to be addressed as far as your future, for your family, for your kids, all that sort of stuff. A lot of businesses might be reducing their investment and you will see a decline in small business. So, before things get worse or before things get better, they could get a lot worse as far as moving into a recession and things like that. So one of the ways tax liens and deeds can help you is to really recession proof yourself and your strategy and your business, right? Because tax liens can pay anywhere between 18 to 36%. If you buy cheap property at big discounts, it can go up in value. So one of the big strategies that I'm a fan of is go and buy some lots, buy some land, maybe a little further out of town in areas that are expanding. This is a really good, I was listening to, I don't remember where I heard it, but the premise of the story was this millionaire guy. And they're like, how'd you make your money? Like, well, I go to busy cities, I drive out of town 30 minutes, and I just start buying land, and then I wait 20 years. So there's that strategy. However, one of the strategies for you guys can be buying cheap lots and cheap land at these tax deed sales that are maybe a little bit further out that maybe you can sit on for a little while. For example, this week in Texas, we saw properties that were on the water going for, 10, 20,000 bucks. Like these are, I think one of them was like a 6-acre lot. So stuff like that you can buy, you can hold on to. But if you want to be making quick money, the best place to start is flipping the low cost tax liens and deeds. So for anybody joining here today, if you're watching the replay, if you're here live right now, go ahead, ask me some questions in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys. And if you're watching the replay, go ahead, leave some comments, and that will allow us to answer some questions and things like that. Let's see here. So we're going to dive in and take some questions in a few minutes, but just kind of coming back to how tax liens and deeds can help you through this uncertain time. So like I mentioned, portfolio diversification is a big one as far as, having some actual real estate. And this is why I'm a big fan of having actual real estate in your portfolio, because they're not making any more of it and you have actual collateral. So if you guys are doing the stock market or crypto, one of the things that I'm not a fan of is you have no control and you have no collateral, right? When you think about the banks, before a bank even decides to lend you money, what's the first thing they want to see? They want to see what type of collateral you have, right? If you're getting a house, if you're getting a car, you put down a down payment, the assets, the collateral. But yet when you're doing the stock markets and crypto, you're not in control. You don't have any collateral, and it's really up to somebody else, and you can get wiped out. I'm sure we've seen that before. So tax deeds is a great way to just get started. And I know you guys watching this, I've surveyed the channel, and most folks who are watching these YouTube videos and watching real estate videos online have not done a real estate deal, right? You spend so much time watching the content, but you haven't actually taken action yet. So it's time to take action. We're not getting any younger. The time just keeps going faster and faster. The worst thing that I would want is for people to be watching this channel and be in the exact same position that you're in this time next year. Because another big thing that's happening right now is with the power of AI, AI is really speeding up results for the average investor. And in my opinion, if you are not on board with AI as far as using it in your business or in your day-to-day life, like I use mine all the time. Like I'm always talking to my AI, and the people who are using it are going to have a huge advantage, because now we can use AI to be finding us the best properties, to be analyzing properties. For example, in Houston this month, or actually a couple of days ago, as we're driving all the properties, one of the things that we do is we take all the property codes, we'll paste the address of the property, and we'll say, all right, give me the pros and cons of this neighborhood. What's the average costs of repairs? What's the crime like in these areas? And AI can definitely have a huge, huge impact and advantage for your business here. And I'll show you right now in a second how we're using AI. I'm going to show you a tool here that you guys can try out for getting into real estate. So first off, I'm going to share my screen here. Let me take a quick question. Let's see here. Yeah, we're just looking here. If you have some questions, go ahead, put it in the comments. Some folks are asking as far as like, what do we charge? So one of my premises here for this channel is we try to help you guys, give you as much free information as possible. And then from there, obviously we do some trainings and things like that. If you ever want to join us, obviously there's no obligation to ever have to join a training. I try to give as much away as I can for free. But if you ever want hand holding, there's a link below in the description to where you guys can book a call and we can help you maybe get started in the business or bring you to one of these auctions as well. So coming back to having an advantage with tax liens and tax deed investing, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of AI right now as far as how you can go ahead and use that. And I've hardwired in my internet, so now it should be holding the line here. So let's take a look here. We got the screen. So you have ChatGPT, okay? Everybody can get a free ChatGPT account, and you can ask it questions, right? Like, if you were to ask it, what is tax deed investing. And if you're not using this yet, definitely get a free account because it can help you massively, right? So it's going to put together an introduction to tax deed investing. The tax deed is when a property falls behind on the taxes. We go through the auction process here. You can see my screen, investment objectives and things like that. Let's see. What is a top tax deed channel? Let me see here. Top tax deed channel. This is for my own vanity here right now. Let's see. It better pull me up or I'm going to be upset. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Let's see here. YouTube. Oh, Ted's coming up. Good old Ted. Oh, they missed me. Gosh darn it. Anyways, coming back here with tax deeds and deeds. If we come in here to AI, say, where is the best spot to start? Okay. So you can come in here, you can check out the AI. Remember, this is basically what you can do with a free account right now, as far as just asking it questions and getting familiar with AI. It's super important. I'm just going to pop back here and make sure we have the screen going. As you guys are getting into this, look, we have links coming up. We're talking about Florida tax deeds. Florida tax deeds are a good place to get started. They're not my favorite for tax liens. And the reason is because with Florida tax liens, one of the big benefits of tax lien investing is the fact that if the tax lien doesn't redeem, you can foreclose and get the property, except in Florida. So for anybody who's tuning in, just the bare minimum, get a free ChatGPT account, okay? Online action platforms like Bid for Assets, it brings it up here. And Bid for Assets is a really good spot to find some properties. The Philadelphia sheriff sales are actually really, really awesome. And we're going to be doing actually, so check this out. This is wild, actually. I'll mention this here right now. Philadelphia is going to be having some online auctions come up, and they have a huge backlog of property because during COVID, they actually didn't do a lot of auctions. So there's a massive backlog of properties in Philly currently as we speak. And the cool thing is the opening bid on a lot of these properties is like $1,600, $2,000. So there's a whole bunch of them there. And Bid for Assets definitely is going to be doing a lot of these auctions. So I recommend you attend it. Now, the cool thing is it's an online auction. So you can do these Philly auctions from home, which is absolutely awesome. Now, one of the things that we're going to be doing is we're actually going to be hosting the Philly auction coming up here. I think it's in about 2 weeks. So if you guys want to join us at a Philly auction, what you can do here is schedule a call. There's a QR code here on the screen. This will allow you to book a call with us and we can have a conversation as far as if you're interested in maybe joining us at the Philly auction. We can help you look at the properties. We can help evaluate the lists and all that sort of stuff. You'll land on a page here that looks like this because there's also a link below in the description if you guys wanted to get started with an online auction. So first off, you could come over here to Bid for Assets and start looking at some of these properties. So you can come over here, see what's going on. Check the tax foreclosure auctions. You can click down here. And we have tons of properties that are coming up. You can often sort them by bid. Okay, here we go. So some of these are already going, but there's tons of pages of properties that are coming up. So we have this property here. We can just take a quick look as far as what types of properties are going to be coming up at this Philly auction. And guys, it doesn't matter really where you are. These auctions are a great way to get started in real estate because you can do it from home. It used to be back in the day, you would have to, you'd have to go to these properties in person and all that sort of stuff. But these days, you can do it online, which is totally awesome. So check it out. If we come over here, if we come in here back to my screen, back to this Philly auction, let's see here. What's Zillow going to tell us? Okay, this is like a lot valued at $21,000, which, hey, not the end of the world as far as you can make good money on lots. But if we sort this by current bid, I bet you there's some good ones on here right now. Let's see. I'm going to copy this address and we're just kind of hunting around for some of these properties. And this is stuff that we're going to be looking at the Philadelphia auction coming up. So basically another lot here. We're looking for ideally houses, which is the name of the game. And this is really part of it, right? So we have these pending And you just come over here to the bid for assets, start copy and pasting and seeing what's going on. So this one's 39,000 bucks. When we come over here on bid for assets, the current bid is at 10,000. So this is what you do. You come over here step by step. You just start copy and pasting from here, see what's going on, and try to find some deals. So 3,400 bucks. And the cool thing about this business is it's really like, treasure hunting for adults. You start going through, you start doing your research on these properties, and then you start to see what you can find as you go through it. So coming over here with the AI, one of the cool things that we've done actually is we built a custom AI for tax lien and deed investing. So like obviously you can use, the free chat GPT, but we basically hired a prompt engineer and we went in and had them program things into an AI. So for example, if I click here, get that money, this is a Texas AI that we've built. So immediately it starts pulling all of the details for me. It's going to save me a whole bunch of trial and error, right? So I literally click get that money, and then it gives me the Harris County website. It's one of the biggest counties with 4.7 million people in it. We have Dallas County here. You can come in. It gets you the links to all of the tax foreclosure sales, the list of the property links, and it saves a whole bunch of time. So now we're over here on the Lineberger site. We can come and start to see what's coming up at these auctions and do a little bit of scrolling, see what's going on. So check this one out. 154,000 bucks, the minimum. Okay, that's canceled. So always look over here as far as like what's canceled, because canceled means they've redeemed. All right. So something like this coming up. Let me find a better deal here. So these are properties coming up in Dallas. And remember, we're always looking for the spread on these properties. Okay. We want generally nice houses that we can go, that we can bid on. Let's see, what do we have here? And you just keep kind of scrolling. So let's take a look at this one. This is a unit and an apartment building. I'm still more interested in houses when it comes to buying these properties. So this is the Dallas auction that's going to be coming up. And we're just looking at the spreads here. Okay. Okay, let's check this one out. So value 202,000, opening bid 29 grand. We can come in here like this. We really want to just get a better look at what's going on this property as far as what it's worth on Zillow. So Zillow has this thing here at 208,000 bucks. So then what I want to do is just come back over here to my Public Works website. Where were we? So I want to get some comps. So one of the things that we did is we built in a property comps calculator so into our AI. So basically what I do is I just post it in, and now the AI is going to get me comps for this property. So one of the key things with AI is we want to be saving time. So check it out. We can come in here and now it's pulling custom comps in the area. So we have some comps here based on the single family home, 279, 260,000 bucks. So basically what we did is we built an AI to walk through all of tax liens and deeds. So for example, if I come in here to a rehab estimator and I post the address again, this thing is going to start to give us some estimates on rehab. Now, as it pulls that up, so it takes in the square feet. So a rehab here could be 65 to 92,000 bucks. Based on this address, it gives us the year. It's built in 1949, and then we're going at 50 bucks a square foot. Full rehab could be 65,000 at $70 a square foot. Then we're looking at 92. So always take that into consideration. And one of the key things here is we come over here to this property, right? So opening bid is 29. So if you were to get this property, you can factor that stuff in. So let's say maybe you get it for 40, 50,000 bucks, right? So at that point, you have two options. Option A is you can go ahead and you could just flip it. You could flip it, make a quick, 20, 30, 40,000 bucks. Or option B, say we even get it for 50, you could put 60 into it, and then you have, $80,000, $90,000 in equity, which is awesome. So you always need to look at this from different approaches and things like that. So as people here, this is basically a stock investing robot for tax foreclosures. Not exactly as far as a stock investing robot for tax foreclosures. What we did is we built this for ourselves when we're out in the field. So we have a rehab estimator, we have cash buyers, we have a contract generator, we have an accountant in here, rental income evaluator. So if we wanted to see what the rental income is, we would just paste the address here and it would give us an analysis of what things are renting for in this area. So you see it's pulling up, 1,700 here rent based on some properties for rent in the area. And from here, 16 to 1750 if we're going to rent that. So say you got it at the tax sale for 50 grand and, put 20 into it and you're collecting, 1,700 bucks a month. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So we basically built out this AI. Now, if you guys want, if you're interested in some of these AI tools, what we do is we actually build custom AIs for people. So one of the neat things is this is fine-tuned for us, but what we do is we build custom AIs. So say you want to go in Texas or Arizona or anywhere, we would build you an AI with this, but it's all tailored to yourself. And this can save you several years of trial and error. And then you don't have to build it. So if you guys, if by any chance you are interested in that, here's a QR code. You can scan the QR code. You can book a free call with us. There's also a link below in the description. And you can book a call and we can talk about building you one of these AIs. You'll land on a page like this. Just select a time. This thing will save you at least a couple years of trial and error, and it will all be done for you and customized for yourself. We're the only ones using AI and custom building it for tax liens and deeds like this. So say, for example, you want to do over-the-counter tax deeds and you want to say, if you have some basic questions, which states have over-the-counter deeds? We just come in here, check it off, and then this thing fires off away. So Florida, Arkansas, Michigan, Indiana, Wisconsin, Colorado. So our goal with this for ourselves is to really build it out. So if you want one of those, you can scan the QR code here, or there's a link below in the description. Schedule a free call and we can get you going with a custom built AI if that's something you're interested in. If not, no big deal. We are here to help you guys. So let's go ahead right now. We can take a question or two. Let's see. I was on a call last month and they wanted up to $10,000 for teaching, not including software. Let's see here. Do you teach people for free? Well, yeah, that's what this channel here is about. You can get all of the information you want as far as getting started with tax liens and deeds for free here on the channel. And from there, if you guys want to go a step further, like that's why we offer training. So if you want to join us at one of these Philly auctions, for example, like I mentioned, the Philly auction is coming up. There is a QR code. So where were we here? Coming back to the Philly site, wherever that is over here. So there's an online auction coming up in Philly with tons of great properties that are going to be backlogged. And we're going to walk you guys through how to attend an online auction from home. So we're going to go through, we're going to research the properties, and we're going to take you through this stuff literally step by step and show you how to get these properties. So if you want to attend one of these online auctions with us, you can book a call. This one, you can scan the QR code, or there's a link below in the description. You can schedule a free call and attend a tax deed sale with us from the comfort of your home. But only attend this, if you're willing to buy some property and get in the game. So let's come back here to some of the questions. So somebody's saying here, it's basically a robot, stock investing robot for tax foreclosures. Not exactly. Well, to be fair, I've never used a stock investing robot. Let's see. So what does the robot do is the question. So some of you guys here are seeing our GPT robot. And the robot, we custom build them for the investor's needs. So there's like a concierge that we build in. So for example, I built in my AI concierge over here. So say you have one of these robots that we built and you're like, man, what do I do right now? I don't know what to do. You can, and you want to create wealth. We have it programmed. You can just click, I'm ready to work. What should I do? Right? So it's going to tell you right now what to get started here. Okay. So choose a strategy. Do you want to do tax liens, tax deeds? Do you want to flip land? From here, we want to find some upcoming sales. You want to educate yourself on the process. Oh, here we go. How to buy land for pennies on the dollar. Dustin Hahn's YouTube channel. Last time it didn't bring me up. but this time it did. So no, that video is not there for some reason. That is very odd. Anyways, regardless, it does walk you through that. You can start by reviewing all of the county details, which is great. Coming back here, back to what the robot does. So say, for example, you wanted to calculate revenue with tax liens. So say you wanted to buy 20 tax liens for 500 bucks each. So remember what I was mentioning before with tax liens? So with tax liens, it's a great way to create wealth because 1 in 20 tax liens won't redeem, which means 1 in 20 of the tax liens you buy, you will end up with the property. So let's say it's a $500 property or $500 tax lien, on a property, and you buy 20 of them, you're going to end up with one of these that doesn't redeem. So we're getting several questions here, about the robot, the Tax Lien Deed robot. So what I would do is, let's say we wanted to buy 20 $500 liens. So in the robot here, we created a revenue calculator. So that would mean you're investing 10,000 bucks, and if it's a $500 lien on a property that's $50,000 and the taxes are 1% at a 10% interest, so that means 19 of your 20 liens won't redeem. Okay, so you're going to get an interest rate on 9,500 bucks and make 950 in profit just on the liens. However, what's going to happen here is one of the liens won't redeem, and you will be able to foreclose. So that's why I built this revenue calculator. So if you can get a $50,000 property for the $500 lien plus the cost to foreclose, which is generally, you get the attorney, which is like, $2,000 ish, you pay out the other taxes, then it's going to be able to calculate your revenue. So total investment, you put up 10 grand, you made 950 in interest, you acquired a $50,000 property. The cost of the taxes and the foreclosure were 3,500 bucks. So your total profit from that is 50,400. So basically you turn 10 grand into $60,450. So that is why I built in this revenue calculator to really show you what's possible with liens and when you go ahead and start buying liens. So, anybody can get started with a free GPT account, but if you want one of these custom tax lien AI robots, we can build it for you and save you a whole bunch of time so you have this thing ready to go. So let's see here. There's a QR code here on the screen. You can scan the QR code, or there's a link below in the description. You can click that and basically book a free call with us, and you can schedule. You can even talk to us about joining the Philly auction that's coming up as well. It's going to be an online auction or an in-person Texas auction. So that link is below in the description there if you're wanting to get started here today. So we started off today with the tariffs and how it affects tax lien and deed investing. Regardless of your political view, this isn't a political podcast show or anything like that. But regardless, we can't deny what's going on in the market and the economy. Regardless of what you're hearing, prices are going up. Inflation, the cost of goods is going up, and tax liens and deeds is one of the best ways to create wealth in real estate. So if you guys like this stuff, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you like it. And from there, if you do want some help with the business, if you want to join us at a live Texas auction where we can take you by the hand, if you want to join us for an online auction in Philly or Florida, we can also walk you through that sort of stuff. Or if you want us to build you one of these robots for tax lien and deed investing that can save you time, you can simply scan this QR code on the screen here, take a snapshot. There's a link below in the description. Book a free call with us. We'll show you how to get deals in the next 30 days or less, save you a bunch of time and trial and error. So on that note, appreciate everybody tuning in, and we'll see you guys here on the next one.